I apologize. This is actually Monday morning and not Sunday. Okay. But we're going to dive in and do this Advent reading. And this is from Crosswalk, and this is from Amanda Ilderman. Okay. And this week we're focusing on faith. So as I'm reading this, think about, because the world is crazy, think about how deep is your faith. How strong is it? How are we working on developing it? Because we really need to, y'all. I'm telling you, things are tough. And we are also going to hypothetically light our second candle, our second purple candle, okay? And it says that the second Advent in 2024 will be Sunday, December 8th. As a chaotic year, there is comfort to be found when we pause to read, pray, and reflect over the course of the Advent season, a time when believers eagerly participate in the celebration of Christ's birth. Second Advent gives us the opportunity to prepare our hearts in faithful waiting, the celebration of birth of Jesus, and ready ourselves for his second coming. It's a beautiful chance to reflect on the ways prophecy has been fulfilled and to ponder the future. Psalm 46, 10 through 11 says, "Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress." During the second week of Advent, we pause to remember who God is and what has he done for us. And when our lives are hurried, we only have the chance to focus on our to-do list. Make space in our schedule for prayer. Meditation helps us to see God better in our work and our lives and in our world. As we prepare our hearts for the celebration of Jesus' arrival as a gift to all humanity, let's stir our hearts and homes in a sense of anticipation. May God's Spirit transform the days leading up to Christmas into a time of holy anticipation, preparing our hearts as we faithfully await the chance to celebrate the arrival of our King. The word Advent comes from the Latin word adventitious, which means coming. Advent in the 4th and 5th century was a time of preparation for the baptism of new Christians. Christians would spend 40 days in prayer and fasting to prepare for the celebration, accompanied the baptism of new believers. Advent season is an invitation to set your mind off the stresses of the year. We can take our focus off the crazy hustle of the season and the sadness that could accompany the different ways some of us may be choosing to observe the holiday this year. And when things feel chaotic, we can find peace in Jesus. Advent is a chance to focus our thoughts on the gift God has given his Son, Jesus, who stepped down from heaven and took the form of man so we might believe. The tradition of the second Sunday of Advent includes lighting the second purple candle that is a symbol of faith. The second Sunday of Advent, we read, pray, and reflect on the hope God's plan has given us and fulfilled by the life that we meditate on the promise of Christ's coming, glory, return. Suggested readings: Isaiah 40, 1 through 5, Isaiah 40, 9 through 11, 2 Peter 3, 8 through 14. Prayer. Father, prepare our hearts to celebrate your birth joyfully. We thank you for faithfully doing what you promised long ago when you sent your Son to earth so we might have the chance to become part of your family. Let the promise of your second coming inspire us to live with hope and purpose. As we wait for your plan to unfold, give us the patience we need. Remind us of the peace we can access when you take time to still ourselves before you and remember you are God. We thank you. You are both sovereign and gracious. Help us find rest in the midst of what feels like chaos in our world. Okay, so let's talk about this for a couple of minutes. This is a really good time, y'all, to let's reflect on our faith, because the world is crazy and it's going to take a whole lot of faith for us to get through certain things. And it's going to take a whole lot of faith for us to look back and say to ourselves, where does God fit in all of this? Where is he really? Is he really with us? Is he in the midst of us? Because when we look at things right now, it looks like God has taken a vacation. And that's where we need our faith the most. You know, I read this thing, and it's probably in scripture somewhere that I can't remember where, but it says, you know, when we can't trace his hand, we need to trust his heart. And that's the most important thing, you know. And I'm sorry, y'all, but it's not like some of us like to think that God is not going to give us anything that we can't handle. Oh yes, he will. He will give us lots of things that we can't handle, because he wants to see how much we can handle. And he wants us to lean on him in the middle of all of this, because he's looking for people that will grab a hold of his heart. He is looking for us to hold on to him really, really tight. And so right now, as we are grabbing onto him, let's remember that he is indeed with us, because he is with us, you know. And I think it's really important for us to reflect on that, especially right now. It's Christmas, and you know, we can get really commercialized really quick and forget that the real reason we're here and the real reason we're celebrating Christmas is not the gifts and the fun and the parties and okay, but it's all about Jesus. Everything is about him. And let's do that this Christmas, okay? And I really thank you guys for joining me. I thank you all for taking the time to reflect on me, not on me, but with me. And I hope to see you again next week, okay? So take care, everybody. Bye now.